To be fast on the downwind, first you have to have a large sail, which is not so important on the upwind, but downwind, a big area that is pulling you downwind.
Go really downwind, and people like to reach a little bit. It's like I think I'm going between. I don't like to go too deep downwind because I like to go fast.
I'll usually bag my sail to where it's touching at least up to my back harness line. Sometimes even up past the front harness line. I'd say I usually get probably between 7 to 10 centimeters of distance, from where I have it set for going upwind to the maximum setting for downwind.
So you got to have a profile in the sail, and that will give you extra power and extra lift and speed, because upwind you're actually going against the wind, so not only you have your own speed and your own apparent wind, but also you add to it the wind that is blowing, normal wind that is blowing into your face. So actually, if it's 15 knots, you're going upwind with 22 knots wind. So
I always try to go with a full sail. The common mistake that girls do, including me, is trying to go with flat sail, which is probably more difficult actually.
I think to go deeper, you need to be not going too deep, but I think you need to be constantly riding your board over, pointing it downwind. I think a lot of people are getting their feet in the straps and the board is rounding up into the wind, and they're getting really tired, and when you get tired you basically can't do anything. So you try to be in a position where you're not going to get as tired quickly, and that sometimes means taking the foot out of the strap, the back strap, and just being comfortable on the board and just letting the board and sail do its thing and try to go as deep as possible. Sometimes you're working down waves, you can go a lot deeper, and then obviously when you get hit with a gust of wind, you can bear off with that gust and go really deep, and then the gust goes away and you can come up again.
And another thing is waves. You have to consider waves a lot. Even in almost flat conditions, there are waves. So try to go always downwind, always down the wave. Just ride the wave, even if it's really small. If it's like 1 meter wide, always ride the wave. You have to have a good technique that allows you to fly over the waves instead of going through them. When you have a big wave, don't go straight downwind, because then you'll have a problem with overtaking the waves. So if you see the swell is coming large, go a little bit upper, a little bit higher with more speed, and then you can fly over the waves and then ride them down again.
Of the other guys, I try to go really deep, and I get that because putting a lot of pressure in the back foot, trying to the board to fly away, and normally ride the waves is very good as well and pump. Moving the sail and your body, I think it's one of the best things. You can go really, really deep doing that.
And when I go downwind, I put a lot of the foot inside the foot straps to be more in the middle of the board.
So I'm just putting myself all the way backwards, so I'm trying to release the weight from the nose of the board, and I'm trying to rail the board a little bit on the leeward rail. So it's just a little bit flying, like partly on the fin and partly on the real leeward rail, and then this is the fastest position.
It's pulling the front foot up, and you have to find the sweet point with the front foot to get this hyperspeed bonus. So it's all the power on that foot, and like really, sensitive on the front foot.
So that means the board starts flying above the waves, and it's the fastest positions ever.
I'll even switch to an underhand grip to pull the weight of the rig off the nose of the board.